The things that you hide about yourself, the things that you are ashamed of about yourself, those are the things you have to lean into. That is the key to move forward. For example, I have a very powerful voice. When I was growing up, when I would say something, I'm not even meaning anything by it, I'm being very factual. I could say something and people be like, how could you say that? And I'm like, what? I just said the same thing everybody else is saying. Even when I tried to sugarcoat it. Okay, I can sugarcoat these words for you, but that's going to turn into rock candy. You ever tried to swallow rock candy? It's going to tear your throat up. But now on this podcast, I can make that work for me because people love the way my voice, my words, the way I speak affects them on a physical and spiritual level. I touch hearts, minds, and souls with my voice. People tell me I'm dramatic. Flip that around. I'm a storyteller. I know how to tell a story. I'm a performer. People tell me I think too deeply about things. I'm a philosopher. You see, I'm intense. Flip that around. I'm not shallow. I know how to have a layered discussion. So what do other people tell you about yourself? How can you view that in a positive light? Do you talk a lot? Baby, you need to be on YouTube. You need to make TikToks. You need to vlog. Do people say you're too goofy? You need to make skits. You need to put your gift for comedy to use. When I was growing up, people did not like the way I spoke. People would tell me I spoke like a robot. My grandfather was and still is very big on us speaking properly. He is from that era where you know how old folks down in the South pronounce R as Ara, ask as X. But he would be like, no, you say R, the letter R. No, you say ask. You phrase your sentence as I do not have instead of saying I don't got. He took us to the library every summer. Did I hate it back then? Yes. Am I grateful for it now? Also, yes. The way I spoke compared to people I went to school with was very different. Now people tell me I'm very articulate and they love the way I speak. Now I can code switch. I can turn it on and off, but people like the way I deliver my message. Sometimes people in the comments be like, you're judgmental. I don't even know who you are. User number 692234. Like, I'm not the judge, jury, or the bailiff, but I know that I have good judgment, that has saved me from a lot of bullshit, that has saved me from a lot of unnecessary situations. The key to loving and accepting who you are, you have to accept all those parts about yourself that you tried to hide and that you were ashamed of. When you're like, this is who I am, and you work with that, you don't apologize for yourself anymore. You don't live in shame anymore. And sometimes you are in the wrong environment when everybody's telling you everything's wrong with you. Sometimes you need to remove yourself, learn yourself, accept yourself, and everything's gonna fall into place. I used to live in shame. What was wrong with me according to everybody? Everything. But I was in the wrong environment. Once I moved out of that environment, I got to really see the good things about me. There was a time when I learned how to speak without showing my top teeth. Then I got away from wherever I was and I was applying to my new job, and the HR person told me, you have one of the most pleasant smiles I've ever seen. And I was like, that old man probably wanted me. But I started learning to speak while showing my top teeth, and now my gap is one of my trademarks, one of my signature features, because I used to want braces so bad because nobody else had a gap. Nobody. Now my dentist telling me to get braces, but I'm like, I'm old as hell. I don't need no braces.